What's going on, guys? It's Steve. So if you don't know, Paul George is getting some criticism for not shooting in that final possession that the Indiana Pacers had. Now, if you don't know, Paul George hit a big three in LeBron and Kyrie Irving's face with like 40 seconds left. And then LeBron missed a three. And the Pacers called a timeout. They could have won the game right there. But Paul George, he passed up a shot and gave it to C.J. Miles, who was wide open. But he fumbled the shot. Yeah, he fumbled the ball once he caught it, and that led to the defense recovering and him taking a bad shot. So people are now criticizing Paul George, sort of like what they used to do to LeBron, for passing. But it's not that, man, okay? That was a good pass. Why do people get so upset when a superstar player would rather pass to an open teammate than take a shot while he's double teamed? It doesn't make sense to me. That's not the point, though. The point is that LeBron James just came out and is defending Paul George and said that was a great pass by Paul George. He doesn't understand why people criticize players that make those decisions, and it's okay for the best player to not take the last shot if the best player doesn't have a good shot. Okay? And that's what I love about LeBron. LeBron was never selfish. Okay, just think about how selfish you have to be. You know, to how much you have to think about yourself. Like, think about it. If you're double teamed or triple teamed, okay, and you still take the shot, I understand if you have to, like there's 1-2 seconds left, you can't pass it. But there was enough time for him to pass the ball. There was enough time for C.J. Miles to fumble the ball. I think it was C.J. Miles. To fumble the ball, okay, and then allow the defense to recover. But that's not the point. The point is that LeBron James is coming to the defense of Paul George. And another thing, Kevin Love, and LeBron also said this as well, Kevin Love came out and said that Paul George is simply unguardable, which is true. Listen, I've never seen anything like Paul George before, and I'm not being sarcastic or anything. People are going to say, Steve, here we go, you're being sarcastic, whatever. No, I'm not being sarcastic. On a serious note, I've never seen anything like Paul George before. He's a great player. Okay, in the regular season, he's sort of like a solid all-star caliber player. Like, whatever, 20, 22 points per game. But when the playoffs come, it's like this man puts on, the Darth Vader math. I don't know if it's Darth Vader or Darth Vader. I've never been a Star Wars fan, and I never will be. You know what? It's like he puts on an evil persona, and he just, forgets about the regular season, and he becomes a totally different player, which is what I love about Paul George. I've said that so many times, and people said, Steve, you just blindly hate on Paul George. No, I don't. I said I love Paul George in the playoffs. I don't like regular season Paul George. Regular season Paul George is too passive and just not aggressive enough for me. If he played like he played in the postseason all the time in the regular season, oh my goodness. Whoo, boy, this guy, man. Oh my goodness. But it just shows how bad his team is around him. Now, I've been saying this since before the season started, back in like August and September and early October. I said the Indiana Pacers, that's not a good team that they have around Paul George. And what happened? Indiana Faker fans, Steve, what are you talking about, Steve, come on, man. We have good teammates. We have Jeff Teague. Jeff Teague is an all-star. I mean, come on. Let's be real for a second. Would you rather have Paul George surrounded by that, Jeff Teague, Al Jefferson, and, that's it, Miles Turner, C.J. Miles? Would you rather him be surrounded by that? Or would you rather have Jeff Teague surrounded by, I don't know, like a John Wall and Bradley Beal? Can you imagine if Paul George went to Washington? You know what I mean? So that's what I'm talking about. Paul George is not good enough to the fact where he can be like a Russell Westbrook or James Harden and carry his team where he's the only star player on that team, to a top seed. He's not that good. He's great in the postseason, but in the regular season, he's not that player. But I'm glad that LeBron and Kevin Love are coming to his defense, because he really deserves some defense, because people are criticizing him for no reason. It's not his fault. Did you see how trash his team was in that? Oh, my goodness. And people are saying, Steve, but that just shows how bad the Cavaliers' defense was. Listen, it does. But then again, I don't have anything to say to that, honestly. It could go either way. You can say, they're not taking it serious. It's just the first round. They don't care about that. They'll turn it up in the NBA Finals, which is what they did last year. I don't know. At the end of the day, the Pacers are going to get swept. They're going to get embarrassed. Everyone knows it. That's why King James sent me. I am now his messenger. He sent me to give that message to King George. A lot of people thought, like, I was being serious in that video. Like, that was really me trying to listen. I acted cringy on purpose. Okay, that was the whole point of the video, to be cringy. Okay, a lot of people realized it, and a lot of people didn't. But that was the whole point of the video, for me to be cringy. You know, I wasn't trying to, be like the best actor in the world. I did that on purpose to be cringy. Anyway, guys, LeBron James and Kevin Love say Paul George is unguardable. They're coming to his defense, and I agree with them wholeheartedly. And for once, I'm actually defending Paul George. So anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed. Me and Steve, I'm out. Peace.